Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. Welcome back to week 24 of our 2021 Wellness Challenge series. So just a recap. In week 1, we talked about using an early warning sign action plan for our self-care. In week 2, we talked about using positive self-affirmations as a self-care practice. For week 3, we talked about using audiobooks. For week 4, we talked about cycling as a self-care practice. For week 5, we talked about connecting with nature, something that I'm doing right now. For week 6, we talked about the self-care benefits of walking. In week 7, we talked about the benefits of sleep. In week 8, we talked about the benefits of annual health exams as a form of self-care. In week 9, we talked about hobbies as self-care. In week 10, we talked about utilizing visual arts. In week 11, we talked about the benefits of maintaining friendships as a form of self-care. In week 12, we talked about the benefits of music for our self-care. In week 13, we talked about the benefits and the importance of staying hydrated. In week 14, we talked about food journaling and mindful eating. In week 15, we talked about reconnecting to our purpose. In week 16, we talked about paying ourselves first. In week 17, we talked about mindset. In week 18, we've talked about spirituality. In week 19, we talked about the benefits of laughter. In week 20, we talked about the benefits of exercise. In week 21, we talked about utilizing mindfulness as a self-care practice. In week 22, we talked about utilizing self-kindness. In week 23, we talked about reaffirming our common humanity. And today, week 24, we will be talking about self-compassion as a self-care practice. Self-compassion. So as you've probably recognized, the last couple of weeks when we talked about mindfulness, we talked about common humanity, and we talked about self-kindness. So mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. These are 3 components that Dr. Kristin Neff has identified in her work with relationship to self-compassion. So I really think for us as social workers, for us as licensed clinical social workers, MFT, psychologists, it's so important that we ourselves, that we're not just teaching our clients about self-compassion, about mindfulness, about self-kindness, about common humanity, but that we practice self-compassion for ourselves. So I was thinking about that. Matter of fact, today I was facilitating a patient group on mindfulness, and it gave me a great opportunity to practice mindfulness. And again, if you haven't downloaded the mindfulness coach from the VA, it's free. So I'm not selling you guys anything, and I'm not getting paid by the VA to promote the mindfulness coach. I think it's an awesome tool. So that's one way that we can practice self-compassion. As for common humanity, I think it's really important that we move away from the divisiveness that we're all being exposed to in our society today, on so many levels, politics, religion, ethnicity, nationality. It's so important that we all recognize that we're all in this together, that we are all human beings. We're all trying to do our best, and where we can find commonality in our humanity, it's important to do that. It's really important for us to do that, especially as social workers, as licensed mental health professionals. We may be treating people that have very different politics, very different religious background, very different ethnicity or nationality, and I think the common humanity part, that's within our professional ethics as far as dignity and worth of the individual as social workers. So that shouldn't be a heavy lift for us as social workers, but it's really important that we reaffirm our common humanity. And the last part of self-compassion, so we got mindfulness, practicing mindfulness, that's just being in the present moment non-judgmentally. We have our reaffirming our common humanity, and then we have the self-kindness. So how do we practice self-kindness? I'll tell you how I practice self-kindness. Over the last several years, I have been a practitioner of what's called Wellness Recovery Action Plan. And I'm going to make some future videos about the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. You can check out week one. Week one, I talked about the Early Warning Sign Action Plan. That first week of this 2021 Wellness Challenge is from the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. But anyway, getting back to how I practice self-kindness on a daily basis, it's through utilizing wellness tools, utilizing a wellness toolbox, practicing from a daily maintenance plan. And again, these are all concepts that I will cover in future videos. But when I can practice my wellness tools, like coming out here is a wellness tool. Getting on my bicycle is a wellness tool. Practicing gratitude is a wellness tool. And for me, these are all forms of self-kindness. Okay? So self-compassion, guys, it's so important. Again, I'm making this video at the end of April 2021. It'll be airing probably in June of 2021. So that means we're over a year into this global pandemic, and our workloads have gone up tremendously. I can't remember the last time I took a vacation because I've been working over the past year nonstop between the VA and the National Guard. And I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is that means that I have built in self-compassion into my self-care practice. So that's my challenge for all of you this week, to let me know about your self-compassion practice. All right, I'm going to stop there. I want to thank you all for watching this video. To all the social workers out there, thank you for the work that you do every day for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.